right, so welcome. It's Tuesday. We have a couple days left in the month of June. So hopefully you guys are hitting your goals this month. If you need help, don't hesitate to reach out to somebody, any of us to, okay, hold on a second. I'm getting a lot of noise here. All right. So you have 2 days left to crush it this month. Think outside the box, make sure you find your 3 people to help this month. It's really super important that you do that every single month to move your business forward. One thing that I wanted to share with you guys specifically tonight is to use Imagery as basically your timeline is, your business, right? Because we don't have a physical location. I want you guys to think about your timeline and your social media as kind of your storefront and your billboard for your business. So when I first started, I wasn't on any social media. I had never taken a selfie in my life. My first ones were really, really terrible. If you guys go back a couple of years and look at my posts, it's embarrassing. So I want to save you guys some headache. I'm kind of sharing with you things that I've learned along the way to help my images kind of attract attention to myself and my business, and really recruit some rock star coaches and customers to because of having eye-catching imagery. All right, so the things that I learned, I did a webinar last week, and this was really interesting. I wanted to share this with you guys, that different colors too, there have been studies that have shown that certain colors are more eye-catching than others. And let me find my notes here on this, make sure I tell you right. All right, so high converting ads or pictures do best when they use colors that pop. So specifically red, orange, and green. If you guys want to write those colors down, and like deviations of those, but really bright, flashy colors and with bold text, especially if you're doing like an IG shout out, which I'm going to share with you guys later how to do those. Or like if you're boosting a post on your like page, use bold font that's going to catch someone's eye in those colors, red, orange, or green, and not all 3 of them at the same time. So you want to think in colors. So I just want to make sure that I'm clear on that. So like my background, I have an art minor, so I might have a one-up on some people who don't have any artistic talents whatsoever. So one thing that I notice in pictures that I like and that catch my attention are that they're typically in 3s. So they're using like a color scheme with 3 different colors. It might be white, black, and green. Or maybe it's gray, 2 neutrals, and then that one bold accent color. So that's really kind of what I try to do in my pictures without even thinking about it. And then as you work your business, and this is kind of something, a parallel with artists too, they always sign their work, or, they like potters have a stamp that it's their like signature. And with your pictures, you're gonna kind of develop your brand or like your feel for your pictures, where someone can look at that picture and they can recognize it as being yours. And that just comes with practice and with doing and over time. You're gonna find like fonts that you love to use, colors that you love to use, maybe a certain filter that you love to use. And it's good to kind of find one that you really, really love and then stick with it so that it's recognizable by your followers or people that are following your posts. They're going to recognize it as you. So like I said, just kind of stick with the theme, that'll come. All right. So I guess I'm just going to dive right in. And do you guys all, like, I'm assuming most of you have a smartphone where you have apps for your photo editing, right? Yes. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to, like, if you don't feel bad. When I first started as a coach, I used a track phone and I used an old fashioned camera and I flipped the camera the other way and took selfies that way. So if you're there, I feel for you. That's what I had to do. And I busted ass my first 2 months so that I could afford a smartphone for my business because it made things a whole lot easier. So, all right, with the smartphone, there are certain apps and you guys can search, different apps to use. One that I love, and I use over and over and over again, and I am not techie at all, so I found this to be really super user-friendly, is Photofy. And probably, and show of hands, does everyone use that one? Photo, Photofy. So that one, for me, is the most simplest to use. And I love that you can post directly to, like, Facebook. Now they did an update a little while back. So you can post right from that app to Facebook. And I think to Instagram also. But I do like the Instagram filters and photo editing too for different things. So if I'm going to do like my normal posts, you know, my fitness posts, motivational posts or something, I almost always edit it in Photify. And you can re-edit pictures too. Like let's say you really love a filter in Rana is another one that I use sometimes. If you are someone who loves like the gold fonts and the gold overlays, Rana is one. I think you have to pay for it. It might be $1.99 for that one. But if you want your, you know, your designs to have that gold font, you know, that might be a good investment for, you know, it's, you know, a couple dollars if you want to brand yourself using that. So let's say you really love a filter in one, but you want to use the gold text in the other. So you can you know, re-edit images too. So don't, you know, limit yourself just to one if it's not doing for you what you want it to do. So you just go and you pick your photo and then continue. And I'm just going to walk you guys through. So when you click on photo editing, the first one is layout tools. Sometimes I will crop images, and don't always feel like you have to have your face in a picture. There are times where like I just like look like a train wreck where I don't want anyone to see my face. So during those times, I might just take a picture of like my weights and my shoes, or I might crop out my face or like take it from the nose down. And that can be really an attractive picture. And one thing that I did a lot of when I first started is I studied Pinterest images, because I felt like in Instagram, you know, some Instagram pictures are like magazine quality, like, wow, you know, if you do search a hashtag and you're going to see their images, and you can recreate that and make it your own. So there was one, I think the post that I did this afternoon, you know, of me sitting on the deck with the computer. Like I didn't have my hair done. I was nasty from the night before or whatever, bedhead. And it's like, there is no way I'm posting my picture and my face on my timeline, but I'm not going to not post, right? You still have to post to keep your affinity high and share with people what you're doing and share your lifestyle, which is another thing I'm going to talk about. So I cut my face out. If you guys go look at my time, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I took a picture of me on my porch, which is where I worked, you know, for part of the day today with my laptop. So I had my selfie camera here. And then think of lighting too is huge. So like sometimes in the morning, like I have one window in my office where I work out. So I've noticed that during different times of the day, like I'm fine taking a selfie in front of my mirror, but other times, like the sun is just coming in right in my window, that I position my body to catch that sunlight so that it just lightens up my face. The same thing with your phone. You guys can use, help me out what it is, Leah, Lumilight. Do you guys know what those are?
No.
Yes, no?
You can only have it for certain kinds of phones.
Oh, hold on. I'm not hearing you.
I don't have one.
I do, and I don't know where it is right now. I wish I did.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's just for iPhone only.
It's a cover for your phone, and what it is the whole outside rim is light. So you have a button on the back that you just click on and off. So if you're taking a selfie, like, you know, in the phone, that front will light up and it'll just illuminate it'll like lighten up your skin. It makes the picture look really, really high quality. You can do the same thing if you guys are YouTubers and you're doing videos. I have not done this yet. It's on my to-do list, but you can, I mean, there's something you can buy for your computer too, to go around the whole perimeter of your computer, or you can do it yourself. Like if you searched Pinterest or YouTube, like how to do-it-yourself Lumilight for your desktop. It's basically like, you guys see those rope lights, like underneath the counter. It's one of those. It's like a string of rope light that you just put around your computer screen, your desktop, and then you can turn that on when you're doing your YouTube video, and it'll just illuminate your light. Like right now, I don't have one. I probably could really use one because I could see, like my room is a very faded purple, and everything just looks the colors are kind of drab. So that would be a way that you could, you know, make your YouTube just pop out a little bit, or the colors pop out. Okay, what else? I got sidetracked. Sorry about that. All right, so copying, collage. I find, and this is something like you guys have to study your posts, and I don't think enough coaches do this. I think they just post to post, and once it's done, it's like crossed off your to-do list. Really study your posts and images and the ones that do well. I find personally that when I do collages, they don't do as well is if I just pick like one picture from my day or one picture. Like I was at the park with the kids the other day, And I couldn't just pick one because I didn't have one picture of all of them together. So I put, Madeline's and Aiden's and Marin's and, whatever in different pictures and then did my post. And it didn't get a ton of likes. And I was like, oh, okay, next time I'm just going to do one picture of one of the kids or, try to get them together in one picture somehow and see if it does any better, or look at the time of the day. But for me personally, collages don't do as well. I see a lot of you guys doing collages with your fitness posts. So if it's not working well, then try something different. Don't get stuck on doing something that's not getting engagement on your timeline. Okay, that's really important. Insta Square, that's one that I actually like to use a lot. I find that when pictures are big squares, I just like the way it looks on my desktop. It just takes up more space. It fills the area when people are scrolling through their newsfeed. I just feel like it's better and it's bigger. I don't know. And then I also like to use that white side on the border for my text overlay. If I want to do a text or something, sometimes I use it for that. But like I said, this is kind of like you're going to come up with your own brand, your own design that you like to use over and over again. So just because I use something, this doesn't mean that you need to use it. I'm just showing you what these different ones are and how I use them. I don't usually use the borders. I just, sometimes, I don't know, I don't like how they look personally. That's just me. The photo blur you can play around with. Sometimes that looks kind of cool with your picture, depending on what it is. And also that gives you some area if you're doing a motivational quote, which sometimes I will go to Google and I will just type in morning motivation or motivational quote, fitness motivation. And if a quote comes, pops into my head, catches my attention, I will use that sometimes on my posts. And another thing that you want to think about with some of your posts, if not all, think about, are they shareable? Because when you start getting your posts shared among your followers, it's going to increase your affinity and it's going to get your posts in other people's news feeds that aren't your friend. And it's going to be a way for people to find you. So that's really, really important too. Whether it be recipes or, just a fitness motivation post, even if you fade your whole self out and then put a really catchy quote, if it caught your attention, it's probably going to catch someone else's attention, right? But, think about, how you can create content that could be shareable among your followers. The mirror is something that's kind of fun to use, and you guys can play around with that. I like to use that for my ads specifically. If I have a fitness picture of myself, I personally like how that looks with the mirror image, and then do a big bold text. And that is one case where I would re-edit it in a different app. So I really love the filters on Photofy. I like the mirror option. And then I really love the bold texts that I can get with Word font. And that's another one that I really like to use. But the thing that I don't like about that one is you can't do shadow. And I really like how shadows look. So each app is different in what their capabilities are. But once you get to use them, you'll kind of become familiar with what you like about each one. Or Word Swag, I'm sorry, not Word font. Word Swag is the one that I like to use for the big, bold, chunky fonts and kind of the different fun ones for Instagram especially. Okay, and let's see what's next here. The filters is pretty self-explanatory. And then I don't know if you guys know, let's say there's one that's Tokyo that's really super bright. You can adjust the filter, level so that it's not super duper over the top, but maybe you somewhere in between. So, feel free to play around with that. The light ones, I don't ever use that, but blur is kind of nice if you do let's say for me, sometimes my office is a mess and I don't want people to see my clutter or anything personal that I have in the background. So I might just blur that background out a little bit and then have the focus on myself or a certain body part or weights or whatever it is that I'm doing. Sharpen is kind of a fun effect depending on what you have with your filter. So that'll just make it look a little more animated kind of, if you guys have played around with that one at all. The brightness, contrast, kind of self-explanatory. So there you go. And then text and overlays. I don't know if you guys know that you can upload, so you have a team logo or maybe you have your signature, marciasmirka.com or something, your signature from your page, whoever fitness or whatever it is. You can upload an image that you can use as an overlay under the text and overlays ones. You can purchase different ones. So you see that lock key, that just means it's locked. You can unlock it by buying, certain designer's artwork. I've done that. If I find one that I really, really love that I think I'm going to use a lot of, then I will do that. Custom artwork is kind of a fun one to play around with. So you can go in and like change, let's say, when have I used that? Like if I want to add my name or the summer sale, different times that I've used that, it's kind of fun. Before and afters, transformation pictures. I'm locked up here. Your logo, text. Like I said, I really love to play around with the shadows on your text just to make them pop a little bit. And you can overlay things. So you might put a sticker first, like if you want to do a label, put a label or a sticker first, and then you can do text on top of that. And there's a little edit button that can bring things forward or back. I don't know if you guys found that already. Shape mask is kind of cool. You can use a circle and then fade it out so that it's just a subtle, maybe accent where you want to draw people's focus. So those are all different things that I have done with Photofy. So let's say you get your image how you want it, and then you want to re-edit it in something else. So you just save it and then open it up in like WordSwag or something else to do your text overlay. So does that help with Photofy? Hopefully. You guys probably all know that already. Right, so WordSwag. The thing that I like about WordSwag is there are already stock photos too. So like sometimes for my team shout outs or something like that, I will go in and just use a stock photo. Or if I find an inspirational, motivational quote that I really, really love and I just want to make it my own, I can use one of those stock photos for background and then type my text for overlay on that and then choose the font that I want. Okay, hold on. I'm going to answer questions here. Oh, Rana is Rhonna. Yeah, well, yeah. Thanks, Liz. All right. Okay, I love my iPhone, personally. That's just me. And I don't think some of the Androids, you can get all the apps, I've heard. So like the Beachbody apps and stuff are pretty much for iPhones. Some of them, like you can do both on, but I've heard people say that they have troubles getting certain apps on their Android. All right. I'm just going to look through my apps here to see what other ones I really love and for what I use them for. Instagram is pretty self-explanatory. You just go through, edit and then figure out which ones do what, and then you can do them. With Instagram, I try to make my images like magazine quality. It's a little different with social media. It's more image driven, right? Versus like people maybe aren't necessarily going to sit there and read your long post. But I do, post similar things on Instagram as I do on my like page and sometimes on my personal page because I have different followers at all three places. And they're probably not, if they're going to see it at one spot, if they're on Instagram, they're probably not going to see it on Facebook and vice versa. So I don't worry too much about reposting. One thing that you have to play around with too is, you can share your Instagram post to Facebook by just sliding that thing over and saying, share to Facebook. And recognize that you might not get as many views or likes or engagement when you do that. So again, Facebook changes its algorithms all the time. So you just have to be a student of your craft and be watching your posts and see how they do. And if it works better for you, it literally takes seconds to just copy and paste it and repost it directly onto your personal page or your like page. I've noticed I was sharing things from my like page onto my personal page or like tagging myself. And on my personal page, they got little to no engagement. So, I tried it for a while and same results. So I stopped doing it. Now I just repost directly onto my timeline on my personal page and my engagement is back up typically. So you just got to be aware of what you're doing and what's getting views. All right. So Alyssa mentioned last night on the call, Bumble. It's Bumble. And I honestly, I installed it on my phone. It's an app. And I really don't know how to use it or what it's about. I have to do some more research into it. But it's like the Bumble. And it's kind of like a dating service, I almost feel like. Like it can be used for that, but then there's also a find friends option. So of course I'm not seeking a man or a woman. So I chose the find friends option, and that's as far as I got. So, but I just want to put that out there that it's a new thing, supposedly, that she had heard about. So you can like set your profile, and then what's a ID? Okay, I don't know. So like I said, I just have to play around with that one a little bit more, but it's on my apps, so I wanted to share that with you. Let's see. One that a lot of coaches use for like their workout videos is pick, play, post. So with that one, I know I said, probably, especially for workout pictures, I feel, I did a training with Shalene Johnson, and she said not to do collages with your workout videos. So because it's just too much to look at, like people are trying to, or not to do like the videos all at the same time. Like you might do a picture or a couple pictures with one video, but don't have multiple videos going at one time because people don't know what to look at. So with pick, play, post, you can do a video collage with like one video and then your pictures. So that may be something to play around with, like for your Facebook or your like page, so that you can show people what your workouts are. Let's see what else. All right, UCam is one, like let's say you have a big pimple in the middle of your face and it's like, okay, I don't want to take a picture of me, but I really need to do a post, and you've already done like a picture of your shoes or something. You can edit your face and take out the pimple with that one. So I have that for emergencies. UCam makeup is what that one's called. Okay, so that's pretty much, I don't use a whole ton of them because I really like the ones that I have. Like I said, especially like WordSwag and Photify are pretty much my go-tos. So, is there any questions about that? Oh, okay, you have seen pictures of a person holding a sign. All right, so for that one, what you can do is take a picture of yourself. So you're gonna set your timer on your camera, and you're gonna hold a piece of white paper. All right, so you might do, play around with the positioning, like something like this, but you're gonna want good lighting, right? So you can see your whole face and whatever. So plain piece of white paper, and then you can just do an edit overlay with your text, a text overlay. You can do that in like right from your desktop if you guys use PicMonkey, or you can do that with these apps. I think for that specific purpose, like I've done those on PicMonkey. I just feel like it's a little easier to do those on my desktop. But that'd be something to play around with, or that maybe like WordSwag would be a good one to do that. I don't know. You'd have to try. All right. You've seen pictures of a person holding a sign. How do you do that? How do you do selfies working out, like running, full body photo? When I do my running pictures, I take video. So I will set my phone down on the road, and I'm sure I look like a big idiot if anyone's watching me, but I will run past my phone one way, I'll run past it the other way, and then I'll run past it again. Make sure that I'm looking forward and not looking forward. And then I'll play back my video and take a snapshot of whatever view, pose that I feel like I look the best in. Okay. And it works really, really well. You guys would be surprised. So you just like pause your video and then take your screenshot, and then you can use your photo, your editing, after that. When you're working out, okay, so that's how I do those. I sometimes use selfie sticks. Most of the time I guess I do use a selfie stick, and I'll show you the one that I have because it's really, really awesome. Actually, it's outside on the porch. I'll be right back.
I get a kick out of that, running and taking a picture.
Hey, it works really good.
I like that. I've never thought of that.
I know. Someone else showed me that, I don't know, a long time ago, because like I said, I didn't know anything about selfies when I started. All right, I'll go into my Amazon account, into my order history, and get you guys this exact selfie stick. I feel like it is the best. I've only ever used this one, of course, aside from ones that I borrowed from people. The thing that I love about this one is it's a tripod. So I use this when I'm doing my workout pictures. I'll set my timer and then set it up on the tripod, or my push-up videos that I'm doing for 22 kill. I just set this up on my floor and then do it. One thing with videos, guys, make sure your phones are whatever, horizontal, that'd be right? This way, when you're taking your video versus this way. When you do a video this way, you're gonna have that icky black, big fat border on either side. When you do your video this way, you're not gonna have that. It's a better, I feel like it's a better quality picture. It just seems like you know what you're doing a little bit better, and you can get more room. I use iMovie for editing my videos, and I really love it. It's super simple. I can do my text right on there with iMovie, but I edit it from my phone. And this is really important too, you guys. When you're doing your videos, so how many of you guys use iMovie? Show of hands. You want to upload it to your computer first, and then from there, pull it to your social media, so your Facebook. That way, it's not going to be fuzzy. Like I used to, before I knew that, I used to upload it right from my phone onto my timeline or my Facebook, and it was really super fuzzy, and I didn't understand why, because when I would look at my phone, it was super crystal clear. But for some reason in route and transit, if you're posting directly from your phone, it'll be fuzzy. So download it first to your computer and then post it from there, pull it from there. All right, so the thing I love about this selfie stick is it has a detachable tripod. So I can unscrew this and take this part off, and then I can just use it as a selfie stick. And then this expands quite far. And you just shrink it back down. And then this part, I'm not sure what phones. Mine is a 5, and I need to upgrade. So I don't know if it's going to work on my 6. That might really suck. So if any of you guys have an iPhone 5 and need a selfie stick, I'm going to be getting rid of mine if it doesn't work. But then it has this there's grippies in here, and then it's spring-loaded, so it stretches out. So it's a really tight, snug fit, so I never worry about my camera dropping or whatever. So that's one that I use. Okay, where was I now? I totally lost my train of thought here. Apps, video. All right. How many of you guys know about IG shoutouts? I'm going to move on. If you guys don't have any more questions about photo editing. Oh, okay. One thing I do want to mention. Okay, so photo editing, before we switch gears. Like I said, your guys' your social media content, what you're putting out really is your storefront. I kind of started out talking about that. Having good quality pictures takes time. So you want to do it, even though it might not be exactly, looking how you want it to look. It comes with time. It comes with practice. It comes with doing. It's kind of like you find your own voice. You find your own brand. You find your own filters that you really love, your text that you love. But if you need inspiration, look at other, Google, Pinterest, look at other coaches' stuff. What do you like about it? And don't just blatantly copy, make it your own. Use yourself in the pictures. Fitness posts. Don't just post a sweaty selfie and say, oh, got my workout done today. That's not going to inspire anybody to do anything, right? They're just going to scroll right past your post. Instead, think about, talking about what you're thinking about before you did the workout. Were you going through the struggle bus that day to push play? And if so, what went through your mind to push you to do your workout? That's going to inspire someone who's sitting there scrolling the news feed to be like, you know what? That's how I felt today. I should probably go and do something, and they might get moving. And, I try to do that with all of my posts, try to inspire action or inspire thought or educate people. My post tonight with my kids, it wasn't just me posting a sweaty selfie going for a run. It was my kids wanted to go with me on my run tonight. And I thought that was just awesome. It was an awesome feeling. And I know a lot of my followers are other moms who want to be active with their kids and with their family and maybe aren't at the fitness level where they can do that. So I want to inspire them and let them know why I'm doing what I'm doing. 1 in 6 kids deals with childhood obesity. And that was last year's stat, guys. We have a real problem on our hands. It starts with us. It starts with the parents. If we can reach out and help the parents, then we're going to help our kids, that next generation. So hopefully people reading my post, even if they ever become my customer or challenger or coach or not, I hope that they think about that and make changes that are going to help their family and help their kids. Right. So that's what I'm thinking about when I'm posting. It's not, oh, okay, I did my workout. Now I got to post my sweaty selfie. It's how can I help inspire change with people. Okay. Like I said, I look for motivational quotes, my personal development, what I'm reading in personal development. You guys, I'm reading Miracle Morning right now. And if that is not on your list of books to get, put it on your list. Like I seriously, after I'm on page 30 something, I want to rewrite my Challenger posting guide based on that book. It is amazing. It talks about the steps to get your butt up and going in the morning, even if you think you're not a morning person, like 5 simple steps that you can take every day to get you in the routine of getting up earlier every day to do your workout. So that's like, man, like I need to do a challenge group post about this. Totally relatable. And then I'm talking about reading about some other steps, like what most successful people do. And like, it's perfect for whether we're, working on our business as a coach or working towards bettering ourselves with our fitness goals. Totally relatable. All right. So I totally went off the tangent. Do you guys have any questions about imagery, like things that you are specifically struggling with that I can help you with, or that we can help you with, or things that you've come into, run across, like maybe like pre-planning your posts. So for those of you guys who work full-time during the day and you literally, like maybe your challenge is to get a good post in the morning because you are so crunched for time to get ready and get your workout in and get out the door for your day job. Pre-plan your post the night before. Sometimes if I know I have a busy day the next day, I'll even take my picture. Like I'll sleep in my workout clothes. I'll go downstairs, take a picture of myself, like it's morning, and then post it in the morning. Like there's nothing wrong with doing that if it helps you have better content for your posts. Like don't just post to post, like really think through them and add value to people's lives. So nothing wrong with pre-planning your posts, guys. All right. Okay. So I'm going to move on to Instagram. All right, how many of you guys use Instagram? Okay. Who has done an Instagram shout out or knows about Instagram shout outs? All right, Allie, 1. All right, so what this is it's basically, I know a lot of you guys who use Instagram, maybe you search hashtags to try to find people that might be a good fit for your challenge groups or your coaching team. For me, I don't do that. I didn't really particularly care for Instagram when I first started, but I thought it was a good way for me to kind of share what we do with people, share motivation. It seems like a lot of people, like the younger generations are on Instagram, and a lot of people are sharing their fitness journeys and have no clue about coaching. Canada, if you guys don't know, newer coaches on the team, we just opened up business in Canada like 2 years ago. So there are a lot of Canadian residents, coaches, customers, potential customers who don't know about Beachbody, who are posting basically doing what we do every day and posting their transformations, but don't know the opportunity exists. So I feel like Instagram is a really great place for you guys to look to build your teams. Okay. So with Instagram shoutouts, there are basically accounts that are huge, have huge followings, like hundreds of thousands of followers on their pages. They worked up, have a reputation for being a fitness page. And what they do is they will give you, your post, a shout out, meaning they will hashtag it for you. They will post it on their page for a limited amount of time, so that their followers who are already doing what you do, have a passion for health and fitness, will see your post. So I have done one and I wouldn't probably waste your money on doing them for a challenge group. I mean, you can, it's totally up to you. But I have done them for coaches to join my coaching team. And I'm going to plan to do like 2 a month is pretty much, what I'm doing. So basically, you can go to igshoutouts.com, instagramshoutouts.com is the website. And then from there you can create an account. It's free. And then you can see all of the different Instagram accounts that are doing shout outs for people. And then based on if you feel like you mesh with their page, mesh with their followers, you can contact them. And the pay varies. Some of them are $25. Some of them are $30 for 24 hours. I have one up right now that's $40 for 3 hours, but their following is huge. So it's my first time using this one. I'll see how it goes. If it goes good, awesome. If not, I probably won't use them again. So, again, just takes some playing around with. But basically you send them a DM, direct message, pick one of the ones that you want to go with. Hold on. I'll tell you which ones I've used. Go to my Instagram. And I'm only in my second month of doing this. I should be clear, 'cause I haven't done this like a long time. So I'm not probably an expert by any means, but the first one that I did, I had like 700 and some likes, and I think like 30 some people send me their email. So I'm talking to those people still. I signed one coach from it. So for me, it was worth my $30 investment to have one person. So, and I'm still talking to people. All right. So the one, it's all lowercase, IG_fitness_freaks. And again, you guys, your pictures are going to be so, so important. You have to make sure that you're using a quality photo with big, bold font. And I think I shared in my team page what it was, that my personally sponsored team page. So I did Fit Moms Wanted in big, bold, chunky font at the bottom. And then I did a mirrored image of myself, just giving a thumbs up. And I had a really good response from that. And then I can share with you the text content in my team page or the Fit Formation page after this call, so you guys know kind of what to say. But basically, it's a recruiting post asking for people to join my team. The one that I just did tonight is IG Fit Moms. So I really liked her page. I liked the content. I liked the post that she shared. I don't know yet how it's going to go because I have it running right now. But so that's the other one that I use. But like I said, you go to that website and find one that you like, find one that fits the price range that you're looking for, and then the time frame, and then ask them when they have an open time slot for you to run it. And some of them, like the one that I just did, the IG Fit Moms, like they will give you ideas and inspiration for posts that they know do well on their page. So that's, another good resource for you guys to just learn about what images to use and how to do them to create good posts that'll get a lot of feedback for you. And the same things can be done on your like page. So you can boost your one post on your like page by going into your ads manager. And it can be the exact same post, but it's a total different following on Facebook. And even if you have only 100, 150 likes on your like page, because you're targeting your market, you're not pulling from just people who are liking your page, you're pulling from all of Facebook. So that's a really another great tool for you guys to get yourselves out there and get your word out. Are there any questions about any of this? I know all this techie stuff was really over my head when I first started too, and I want to make sure that this is a working call. If you guys want to actually go into your Instagram and find those sites, find those pages, or onto the website, igshoutouts.com, and look through there so I know that you guys found it. And feel free to take yourselves off of mute if you want to talk. I want this call to be of value to you guys, and those of you on to answer questions and whatnot. And Leah, if you have anything you want to say too, just feel free to jump in. Who has all done a like page boost? Anybody?
I do them at the end of a month so that I have an influx of people to message for the next month, so that I can spend time forming them, right at the end of the month, in the very beginning of the month, get them into a free group, keep talking to them, hopefully get them into a challenge pack.
I like that.
It's been working.
Oh, go ahead.
It's been working. Most of my customers have come from my like page lately.
Usually how I plan my month, the first 2 weeks I'm looking for challengers, and then the last 2 weeks I'm looking for coaches. And that's just something that I've kind of done since I started coaching, and it's worked for me because I start my new coach training group on the first Monday of every month. So that's why those last 2 weeks, I've already gotten Success Club hopefully by the middle of the month with my challengers. So the final 2 weeks I'm looking for coaches to add to my coaching team, and then helping my own team of coaches hit Success Club.
But I got the back of the garage ready. They got one of the.
All right, so okay guys, I'm on IG Fit Moms right now. You guys can jump on if you're on Instagram, search that page. My ad started at 8:30. I have 100 likes and 13 emails in an hour. Okay. So these people then I will follow up with, invite them to a sneak peek, or send them to my WooFoo application, send them emails, try to get in contact with them to share with them what we do. So that's kind of how I work that. And I recognize that not everyone is going to sign up right away, because what we do is it's a trust and relationship-based business. So I'm not going to just send them one email and forget about them. I'm going to try to see what I can do to add value. Whether they join my team or not, I'm going to keep them on my list. I have, in my phone, I have a notes section that I keep and I update for coach prospects. So people who have expressed interest and have not committed. So this is an easy way for me. I can just copy and paste all those emails into my my monthly emails or weekly, however I decide to send them, for anyone who expressed interest in coaching. And then I can just keep that the lines of communication open with them. And then of course I want to try to add them to my Facebook page so that I can communicate with them that way. But that's kind of how I do that. And then I keep my coach opportunity groups, like the sneak peek Facebook groups, open. And then as people, like I've had people finally get back to me via email that I sent a week and a half ago. So I can just go ahead and add them into that group, even though it's over. The information is all still there. So I can just continue adding them into that group so that they have all those posts and the videos to learn about what we do, and then hopefully get on the phone with them. So that's typically what I do. All right. So you guys have questions about anything we talked about, or want help? Do you have an image that you want us to help you edit? Maybe see a before and after? That would be kind of fun. Or who wants us to look at your timeline and give you some feedback on your posts? Come on, guys. This is meant to help you. Who wants help?
Marsha, I have a quick question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I went to the igshoutouts.com. Oh, okay. And then you just do a join or sign in or what?
I did, but you know what? I signed up for my account and I was like, well, this is kind of lame, because all you really need to do is send them a direct message. So I did that. And I was actually surprised how many different websites or pages, I guess there were. So I found some other ones. I went on, so I used that site to find out what accounts I could use for a shout out. And then from there, I went to their Instagram page and then scoped it out. And like I said, it's almost like, you know, if they meshed with what I wanted to put out there, then I was like, okay. And if they fit my price range, like I'm not going to go and spend, like, some of them are $200. I mean, but they have really, really big followers. So I'm sure it's probably worth it. But for me, like, to test the waters on this new one, I just sent them a direct message and I said, can you, here, hold on, I'll get the conversation open here. I said,
Really? You found the deep dark trash.
I just said, hello, can I learn more about your shout out services, your shout out ad services? And then they gave me the rate. They let me know what the amount was through PayPal, their email address. So I just sent them payment through PayPal and then let them know when I wanted the post to go up. So, you know, but you have to ask them too. If they have a lot of people that they're doing shout outs for, they might not have a time slot right away. So the person that I messaged this morning, they gave me 2 options that were available for today. And I just chose which one I wanted, and then we went with that. But they won't post it until they get payment. So, you know, if you're serious about doing it, send them the payment via PayPal. And then what they do, so they'll post it. You can see mine is up. And then after the specified amount of time, they will take it down, and then they will do a screenshot or whatever of all of the email addresses. But for me personally, I know my ad is up until 11:30. So I'm going in already, and I can comment and like on, comment on people's email addresses saying, thank you, you know, whatever, looking forward to connecting with you, you know, whatever. I don't want to sound too desperate, so I'm not going to be in there like right as every post is emailed. But it's easier for me to copy and paste too. And this is one thing that I learned a couple weeks ago, you guys. Do you know you can go on Instagram from your desktop?
I was wondering about that. I know people have done it, but I can't remember how to do it.
You just go on to Instagram and log in. Seriously.
Oh.
You can't, what is it? You can't direct message. you're limited. It's not like exactly like being on your phone, but you can, like with those emails, I can copy and paste them into my folder, all those email addresses, and I can like and comment. So, I mean, it's way easier for me to do it right from my desktop than to sit on my little dinky phone. So that was pretty awesome to find that out.
Okay, one more question. How do I find your ad that you're running right now on there?
Go to IG Fit Moms, all lowercase. So click search, find that page, and then it's the post that's right there.
Oh, got it. Yep. Okay.
So you guys go in and then copy and paste that, my text that I have there, and then you can use that exactly verbatim, change your email or change it a little bit depending on how you want it to sound. But again, like if you're looking to grow your team, this is a great way to do it because you're specifically targeting people who are already interested in the services that you have to offer. You don't have to sit there and search hashtags forever and like try to form with people, and you still have to build the relationship because it is so relationship based, and people probably aren't going to always sign up at the first contact they have with you, but if they're ready to do this and change their life, they're going to do it. It's just a matter of timing and when people are ready. So having those emails there, like those are very strong leads for you to connect with. And it's, their face or Instagram is doing the work for you. This page is doing the work for you for $30. Like if I sell one challenge pack, I'm money ahead, right? For my 3 hours of having this post up. So, right. Does nobody wants me to go, or wants us as a team to go look on your timeline and give you some feedback on your posts, your imagery, your pictures, even your like content on your posts? You guys all do this regularly. Go to your timelines and look at what you've put up there for the day, because when people go to your, almost always, there was a statistic I learned, I think it's 80%, 86% of people will go to a person's Facebook page before they buy anything from you. And it was like 60-some% will follow you before they buy something. So follow-ups are so important. We talk about this all the time. Like, don't just send an invite about them. That's why I love Team Z, because automatically you're going to be set on a follow-up schedule with each person you message. But they need to know, number one, that you're credible. And number two, that you really, truly are helping people. Again, credibility, right? So when you post, you have to make your post public, and you have to make sure that you are always, proving your credibility with the Transformation Tuesdays, or sharing recipes, sharing your own fitness journey, being motivational and inspirational, regardless if they ever decide to buy anything from you or not. You just want to always be adding value to people on your page. So I go back every day, multiple times a day, and look, am I posting about my family enough? Am I posting about my relationships and friendships and community? And did I do my workout post today, to inspire somebody? How long has it been since I shared a recipe? And then I look in something interesting too, like your videos, guys. I'm doing the 22-minute hardcore push-up 22 kill. And I noticed, like, just me doing my videos get like 200 and some views, like lame-o. When I did the one of me and Adam at the pool, over 1,000 views, guys. And I was like, okay, that's pretty good. And then maybe people just want to see me in my swimsuit, I don't know. But and the ones that I did with the kids have like 500 to 600 views. So I'm going to do more of what gets more feedback, right? So I made my kids, Aiden and Adam, go out on the porch with me tonight, and then I ran out of storage on my phone, so I couldn't do a video. But so use things that do really well and do them again, right? Just pay attention to what's getting comments and likes on your timeline. All right, anything else for anybody? Can I hear from some of you, like, what's the biggest struggle that you have, or challenge that you have with your posts?
Lately, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Lately, mine has just been time. I was doing really well with posts, and then I got suckered into becoming a board member for our local Moose Lodge, and that is another like 20 hours a week that I already did not have. And so I do try to post or like plan it out. I'm just so exhausted by the end of the day that by the time I get my invites and stuff out, I'm just like, ugh. So I don't even get home sometimes until after 10. This was like a fluke day that I didn't have anything going on after work.
Yeah.
I'm planning out stuff right now and writing down notes and figuring things out. But
Are you getting
that's my struggle right now. Huh?
Are you getting enough sleep? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's.
I tried to keep that. Yeah, I got to get up and be to work by 7, and then I don't get home until like 9, 10 o'clock each night. It's just, and I don't get nap time anymore. Nap time, I used to at work. When it was nap time, I would have time to do stuff, but now we don't have nap time. No, I don't even have that.
So what I might do is, Google is your friend. So sometimes, like, you don't always have to have a picture with your posts. I mean, they're good to have because it's going to stop people from scrolling their newsfeed. But sometimes, like, just a quote, go like Google something like motivational quote about life or something like that, or look in a personal development book. I have some books on my shelf that are just like motivational quotes from other authors. And you can, use that maybe as a last resort, or you need to get something up quick that you think people might share or might, inspire someone to be positive that day or whatever. But I always find, like, what are you doing now? Those, like, if I really am like, God, I'm stumped, I don't know what to post. What are you doing now? So the one of me today out on the porch, it's like, you're sharing your lifestyle. And I wanted to touch on this too tonight. You just reminded me. So sometimes you have to think of why people join your team, get them excited, and it's fun. What we do is fun. And when they're excited about joining your team, like, you want to show them the lifestyle that they can have as a coach. So for me, working out on the porch today in the sunshine and the breeze and the birds in the background, watching the chickie poos, like, that's my life. And people might not know that if I didn't talk about it, right? How would they know that? So even though to me it's like normal day to day, like, that's what I do. Maren was napping. This is my time, my quiet time to work. But someone might be sitting in a cubicle, looking out the window across the room, wishing that they could have a window, near their office, wishing they could be outside, wishing they could be home during their baby's nap time, and they're not stuck at daycare. So it's like they can have that life too. So I like to post things like that, and maybe with you, Allie, having the freedom to take another job, doing something that you're passionate about, even though you maybe don't want to do it long term. If you're still like in that, day job where you want to get out of, share your vision with people. Like, this is why I'm working, another job. This is why I'm coaching to someday be able to just do this full time and leave this day job that I have and, work for myself and not for somebody else's dreams. So it's okay, even if you're not at the point where you want to be in your business, that level of success that you want to be at, talk about it and share your vision, because it's going to inspire other people to understand and relate to you and know why you're doing it. And they might want that too, and, join your team. So.
Okay.
Maybe do more of, what you're doing now. All right. Was this helpful, you guys? I'm hoping it was. Yeah?
It was very helpful.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys have that you want us to look at, or comments, or make the best use of your time here tonight? No? One final thought, and you guys probably already do this, but your cover photo on your timeline. Super duper important. That's like your billboard. That's what people see every time they go to your timeline. You can have a description both for your profile picture and when they click on, for your cover photo. Use that space. Go look at mine. And I have like my application for my WUFU applications for challenge group for coaching team. So, that's why I have that click here. So hopefully people will click there. They can read a little blip about me and then access my WUFU applications just from that. And I have that on my like page also. So it's, advertising space for you guys to use for your business. Don't waste it and forget about that, when you change your cover photos or whatever. But go back and edit and make sure you have a description in there. All right. That's your assignment for today. Make sure you have a good description. All right. Well, thanks for jumping on tonight, ladies. Hopefully this was helpful, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.